Welcome back to the Stupidest Podcast. This is your host, Justin Van Deventer, and with me, my sidekick, the one, the only.
I don't know who he's talking about. He doesn't have a sidekick. He's not cool enough to have a sidekick.
I'm going to get you.
Maybe it's me.
Nah. No, this is your other host, not even co-host. Your other host. Because you're Superman, I'm Batman. Or the other. I can't remember which is which. Anyways, one of us is one of us is the other. But I'm Justin Rademacher.
All equal.
We're all equal.
That's right. We got another exciting podcast for you guys. We got our next guest with us. We have my boss,
Tom Rossmeisl.
the owner of Best Outdoor Services.
Is it the best?
It is.
We're not second best.
Name says it all.
Nice.
So,
I feel like this should be called the Best Stupidest Podcast then.
right?
It makes sense.
We're trying to move up.
Yeah. Our numbers are looking okay though. You showed me that our numbers are looking
I think
decent.
we have the opposite for naming our companies.
We don't like to
But
set
hey,
the bar high.
If it's working for you guys, it's great.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like people understand, like they're just like maybe just bored and they're just sitting there. What's the stupidest podcast? I wonder.
Right.
There actually
I don't
is.
think we've ever described how we came up with the name.
I think the name says it all.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It says a lot, though. I mean, even when we were trying to, choose our name or have our name and stuff, I think a name comes a long ways.
Yeah,
Brand recognition and so on.
yep. That's why I went with Justin Rademacher.
You got to choose that.
Yep, they let me choose that at birth.
Nice. No, we were deciding on our podcast name, remember? And you go, how about the Stupidest Podcast?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just trying to think of an idea that was just generic, but at the same time would be something kind of clever that hasn't been done yet. And when I did my research, nothing said the Stupidest Podcast.
Well, and the best thing was, the thing that got me, what I remembered was when you go, well, just think, like, if it sucks and people are like, man, that podcast is really stupid, we can just be like,
Well, yeah,
Thank
it is.
you.
Thanks.
that's what we were shooting for.
No, it's a good name, guy.
So, how was your week?
It was good. I was busy at work so far, but I've been not feeling great. You knew my body was not 100% last time we were talking.
Yeah, you getting better?
It's still not 100% yet, but I'm getting a little bit better. But I was able to play disc golf this weekend, so that helps.
Nice.
I got a tournament in 2 weeks that I'm getting ready for. So
you're big into disc golf,
Yes.
and you're big into golf. Totally two separate
things.
Yep.
I'm getting into disc golf. I am into disc golf now.
Yep.
You got me into it.
I hooked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Hook, line, and sinker.
The rules are very similar in the fact that you need to get an object to the
basket
or hole and the least amount of strokes or throws. And so, like with disc golf, I'm just throwing a disc as far as I can or as accurate as I can, depending on where I am on the hole. But instead of using another club to hit the object, I'm actually using the object in my hand to throw it.
Right. Can you do that year round too?
You can. I actually learned how to play in the winter. So I actually started last September. So this is actually my year now.
I think my first time ever playing was in the winter with you.
Yep. So we actually started last September. My buddy and his wife bought like 5 baskets at what was it? An estate sale. And they bought 5 baskets for like $150, which is a steal.
Where if you go online right now, you can't even buy one basket for like $150.
Yeah,
you bought 5 of them.
Yep. So we got 5
ridiculous.
of them. We thought it was going to be a great yard game. We just thought it was another thing that we could do, but it just became this thing that like we're just addicted to, and we had to play like almost every day.
And Josh is blowing up in it now.
Oh, he is getting really good.
Well, get you outside too, guys.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting in front of the computer and screen all day long, let's get outside.
Exactly. Yeah, and I beat Josh, even though I'm not at 100%. I beat him yesterday.
Oh, so I got when you the snap that you posted and all that.
Yeah, yep.
Nice.
I had the little mushrooms on the side, and I had my wave right there. Yeah, that was part of it. But no, he had an off day. I had a good day, especially for my circumstance, and because I was only I think 2 under, which is not great for our course, but I mean, it was good enough to win.
Yeah, that's not good for Josh.
No,
Josh, step your game up, buddy.
But he's definitely better because the last 2 weeks he has killed it.
Yeah,
we practiced this weekend and he dominated. He would have, in our division that we're playing at LSO, he would have won by 8 strokes.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
If he would have played last year as how he played this weekend. So that's pretty good.
How's the new job going?
It's going good. It's busy.
Yeah.
Definitely busy. I didn't get a lunch yesterday, but I mean, that's my own fault. I got yelled at for not having a lunch.
I never get a lunch. This boss, like...
Yeah, I heard he's an asshole.
But, yeah, so I mean, it's going well, though. I really enjoy it. And I'm making up my time for the week I already had off. I worked a week and then had a week off, which was kind of nice.
Well, set me up for that job.
I know.
No kidding, right?
But how about you?
Good, man. Gracie started school.
Oh, there you go.
So that was a big day.
First grade, right? Or
Kindergarten.
Oh, I was going to say 12.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
She's already done.
But she was really excited.
Yeah.
Got to meet her teacher and all that, so everything went good. And we had teacher conferences and all that.
Well, it's cool that you guys are able to at least like excel at the same time because you just started, right? Kindergarten, right? Yeah, you just started not too long ago.
Year 14. I think I'm going to get past it this year.
Yeah.
First grade, maybe. Did you see her off in the bus then, or she take a bus?
She took a bus, yeah. She was all excited.
Yeah. Grandma and grandpa there too?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Pictures. She thought she was just all big girl, you know.
Oh, that feels like 30 years ago.
Well, pretty much was.
Yeah, for my boys. Holy cow. Time goes fast.
Yeah.
That's exciting, though, good for her.
Yeah.
She was on cloud 9.
I haven't had that experience yet.
Dude, that's all she talked about all weekend.
Yeah.
School.
My bet. Cool. That's like going to be the thing she talks about for a while, I feel.
I hope so. Because it could be worse. She could be like, I want to quit already.
I was going to say, the next thing after school is going to be boys.
Hey.
I hope you know it.
Let's slow down now.
I'm just trying to get you prepared. I'm just helping.
Dude, I'm already mentally preparing for all that. It's not going well.
Yeah. So she'd come home and just talk about the whole day?
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing little girls will do.
Oh, yeah.
You get boys, you ask them how their day was.
Good.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun? Girls? Oh, talk.
Boys don't even open their mouth.
2 boys? Like, no. Yep.
She does have that boy in her, though, where she is kind of like that. Like, she'll talk your ear off about what she enjoyed. But if you go and like ask her about something else, she's like, I don't remember. What'd you have for lunch? I don't know.
Exactly.
But in music class, we sang this and this and that and this, and art class we drew this and that and that.
So she's probably not going to be a chef.
Yeah.
Getting to know her interests at least. That's kind of cool.
Right. She's not a big foodie like we are.
Nah.
Picky.
Talking about foodie, I just had Taco Bell.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, I had to get something quick on the ride here. I was running late because I live so far away. So.
Right. What'd you get?
What did I get? 3 beef burritos.
Nice.
On the dollar menu. So it cost me $3 and I am stuffed. So.
That's what's nice about Taco Bell. God. $5 you can be full.
Yep.
No, it's nowadays it's shit. You can't get all McDonald's for less than $10.
Yeah. Yep.
Or these fast foods, $12 is holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even on the app, I got a thing at Burger King. I think it was 2 chicken sandwiches. It cost me $12, and that was the deal. I'm like, I guess I'm not gonna go here very often.
I hope it comes back down to reality here sooner than not.
Yep. I feel you there.
So.
Sweet. Do we want to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Sweet. I'm going to start off. We're going to ask you a few questions just to get to know you, Tom.
Okay.
We're going to start with just generic questions. We just want to get to know you, have you get to know us for the first hour. Yep. We'll see if you have any questions for us, any questions for him in particular, any questions for me in particular, or just about the podcast, or just a random question. I like just being on the spot and having to answer something crazy. So if you have something like that, let us know.
So this is the first hour of what, 12 or?
Yes. Yep. We're going to be doing 12 hours. That's actually the first. That's the first 12 hours.
Yeah, I already called Mary.
Yep.
You're cleared for the night. Mary's like, keep as long as you want.
So then, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning is when we start the topic hours.
Get the couch out.
But no, after your questions, we will get into the topic hour questions. With Tom, he is a landscaper, so we're going to talk about that. He owns his business, so we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about all of that kind of stuff for that hour. So,
you want to start or should I?
I can start.
Go for it.
Sweet. So, Tom, I don't know much about you. Actually, I just actually kind of answered my question a little bit.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, do you have any kids or grandkids or like?
I have two boys. Brandon, he's age 30, just turned 30, and Justin's 28. And then Brandon's engaged to Laura, and she has a little boy, 6 years old, Noah. And he actually just started first grade this year, this week. So got all the pictures and stuff of him going off. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, the one grandson. And then Justin, he's with Madison now for several years.
It's got to be 3 or 4 years now. 3 years.
God, I think. Oh boy, years? Put me on the spot. I think it's over 3 years. It's over 3 years.
Yeah, because we've been in this building for 2 years now.
I know already.
Does it seem like it's been 2 years that we've been in this building?
I can't believe we got this far without this building. But 2 years here in October that we got this site. So it's been a blessing for sure. Big time.
That's cool.
Liked your house, Brandon, but it's nice here.
Yeah. Boy, working out of that shed. And, oh, man. We've come a long way to where we're at from 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. If being in a house for that long and then coming here, that's got to be quite the difference.
Yeah, we used to work out of his son had a pole shed or shop. Pole barn. And we used to work out of that.
Dang.
Well, they used to work out of no pole barn. Yeah. No shed.
It's just
we used to have a spot where we park our two trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a fence. A friend that owned some land, they had a fence. We built the fence around the two trucks. So that's all we had. Parked the two trucks, so the guys were working in the dirt, working on their equipment, but talking about coming along with,
you guys got it easy. Brandon, I remember changing the oil in the dirt.
Exactly. And all the elements, too.
Yeah.
Rain or shine or whatever. We were outside in the elements, dirt, and had the two trucks, and that was it. And that was back in like 2005, 2006.
Now look
when we started it.
Wow.
Now it's 16 years later now. We're in this. We got the two locations here in Andover. And my brother-in-law, Steve, he runs one in Roseville. So I think roughly between everything combined, we have about 140 accounts. So
yeah, that you need two locations, I feel, that many accounts.
But we really need some good workers.
Yeah. So if anybody's looking.
For daytime workers.
I think he looked at me pretty hard.
I was looking at Justin. Both Justin.
Well, it's crazy because like in his eyes, I could see better workers, not good workers.
Yeah, right.
I need the best workers.
Yeah, you do need the best workers because you are the best.
Yeah,
I learned that.
Has anyone ever gotten fired like live on one of these ever before in podcasts?
Not yet, but I'd love to see it.
I've tried to get rid of him for the last 8 episodes.
What a prime opportunity here.
That'd be funny because you're gonna fire him, and then he's gonna fire me for suggesting that you fire you.
Well, if we go 12 hours, we might get there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right, we'll go with mine. Tom, what'd you want to be when you were a kid? Like when you grew up, you obviously didn't want to be a landscaper your whole life. So
I wanted to be a landscaper. No, I wanted to be a weatherman.
A weatherman?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think between the weatherman and honestly, partially landscaping though, but weather. I was really interested in the weather. I think it stemmed from my paper route. I used to have a paper route. I don't know if you guys ran a paper route with my wagon. Back when I must have been 12, 13 years old, I did the morning paper route down in Crystal. I think I had about 55, 60 houses. And back then, they actually you had to walk up to the door, put the paper in the door, or in their mailbox, or wherever they wanted it, nowadays, like my mom, she's lucky to find it in a snowbank in the middle of the driveway and stuff. But
yeah,
I had that morning paper route, 5 days a week, and then sometimes I did the Saturday route and stuff. But I'd have to get up like 4:30 or 5, and drag my ass all the way about 8 blocks over, pick up your bundle of papers, and deliver all those papers. So, but the thing is, if it was raining or the weather wasn't good, my dad would drive me.
Oh, nice. So you're hoping that.
Yeah, so I was always watching the weather forecast. Getting a forecast for the next day and, giving my dad a heads up and, hey, Dad, looks like you might be driving.
Yep.
Whole heck of a lot easier, out of the car and stuff and having Dad drive me.
Yeah.
So, I really got interested in the weather back then. And just was always intrigued with it and started watching the forecasts and stuff. And
you could be making 6 digits a year. Yeah, right. 25% of the time.
Right. Yeah, right. 25% if that, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories. But yeah, we worked our butts off and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that is a cool way to get into weather too, though. Like just thinking about that, and then you're kind of thinking, you're like, well, there's so many people out there like me that are paper people that are just running these routes. If I could just be that person to let them know, like, here's the weather, and then all of a sudden, you're helping everybody out.
We were responsible. Getting into weather and stuff, but also paper out that. We had to do everything. We had to collect the bills. We had to deliver the bills. We had to collect each individual person.
At the end of the route.
We were charged for those papers. And then it was our responsibility to go door to door. What was it? Every 2 weeks or whatever, collect that money. And oh my God, I had people. You could see that they were home and would not answer the door. Here's your 12, 13, 14 back then.
Yeah.
Going door to door, just trying to collect the allowance just to pay the bills and stuff. And there'd still be people that there was always those 3 or 4.
Oh,
that
man.
You just took weeks and weeks to get and just.
Why take the weeks and weeks? Like, it's going to be cheaper.
Every excuse in the book.
Still get it in this business, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, just made my skin maybe a little bit thick at a young age. Like, come on,
I think it probably rounded you out as a person,
Yeah. Oh yeah. It gave me a good work ethic, I think too. So
yeah, for sure. Sweet. Well, my next question is a little bit off topic, but so I guess it's still on topic because it's outside. So what is your favorite thing to do outside? Like, obviously it sounds like you enjoy being outside. Do you enjoy being outside like all year round, or is there something that you do differently in the winter than you do in the summer?
Well, I just enjoy being outside. I think I always have. Going back when I was younger, I used to always want to have our best looking lawn.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, no, you guys give me the look.
No, that makes sense.
I'm definitely going to be that guy.
I used to take pride because my friend, the neighbor and stuff, we used to competition on looking nice.
Yep.
And shoveling, you go back to shoveling. I was mad if someone came and plowed our driveway because I wanted to shovel it. Is that crazy? I was talking to someone else who said, no, I do the same thing. I
taking away your business.
Yeah. Took pride in that, So, but yeah,
I definitely know that feeling though. Me and the neighbor we got right now, every time I go mow, within 2 hours after I get done mowing, he's got his mower out and he's mowing. We just kind of give each other a look, and I'm like, hey, come on, buddy.
But no, I get it. But yeah, I enjoy being outdoors. I think my most favorite thing is going to the cabin because I get away for a couple of days and get away from the phone somewhat. Peaceful and actually going out on the pontoon and cruising around on the pontoon and cruising the lakes and stuff and just enjoying that kickback pontooning time.
Yep.
I think everyone pretty much likes that. But
absolutely.
When the kids were younger and stuff, we loved to go jet skiing and pulling them on the jet skis and, tubing and all that fun stuff. So we've had that cabin, since 2000? No, 1990. A long time, 20 years. So back when the kids were only, 6 or 7, which was perfect time.
Oh, that is perfect time.
Yeah, and it's just a cabin, but pretty good sized lake up there. Rice Lake, I think it's almost 2,000 acres.
Dang.
He hired a good tree trimmer up there.
Oh, God. Oh, don't. We can talk about that later, man. You almost killed me.
Oh, man.
No, or did you almost... I think you saved me, maybe.
I think we saved you.
You saved me, but almost killed me, too.
Oh, no. That sounds like a...
That was a scary circumstance.
He had we cut the trees down or whatever up there. They took down, 6 of them?
6 big oaks, yeah.
6 big oaks. And one of them had
we had a tree for it.
Yeah, had a tree for it with a zip line coming down. And we kept telling Tom, we should take it down. We should take that zip line down before we cut this. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
And it wasn't.
We cut the one tree and it went the opposite direction, and the zip line. So the zip line got tight, snapped, and went right by Tom's head.
And we ran to get out of the way. I think you were going to drop it that way. It just dropped a little bit more
the other way.
That way, and it dropped right on that zip line, and we were all standing back. And then so we ran, and as I ran, that's just got past that zip line, and underneath it, and then a tree fell on it. Pooh, you could hear that cable snap and just. So I said, whoa! He said, "I go, was that close?" And it's just like, yeah, I told you to move.
Yeah, a little bit close. Yeah.
First time I ever listened to him, and it was a good move.
It literally missed his head.
No, it's not. Yeah, I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, we don't need to go into details, but
it was 50 feet.
Mary, it wasn't even close, actually.
I don't even know why we're talking about it. It wasn't even a thing.
I laid one of those trees down. I'm actually really proud of this. I laid this one tree down. He had a railing, and then
2 inches to spare, maybe
2 inches on both sides. I laid it perfect.
Dang.
Was that before the zip line incidents or after?
After.
Okay, so you had to prove yourself.
Yeah.
How good you were.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you did. You did pretty damn good, though.
It did.
I mean, taking all those big oak trees. And I swear to God, I wanted you to drop one of them on the cabin. You just wouldn't do it. But
I would have done it for Tom. I was scared of Mary. That Mary would have probably killed me.
Tom's sitting there. I just put a huge thing on my insurance.
Oh, jeez.
So, all right. Growing up, who was someone that you always looked up to? Who was like a hero for you or somebody?
My dad.
Your dad?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was in the service. He was... Yeah.
What branch?
Huh?
What branch?
I don't know exact.
Army?
He was
Navy,
in the reserves. He was in the reserves and stuff. And so him and my mom, when they first met, they got married. So real quick, when they got married on March 3rd. I better remember, right, Mom? But March 3rd, and I think it was a week before their wedding, he got called to go into the reserves, and they had to move to California, and he had no notice. So, and they hey, we're getting married next week. He almost got called away to go in the reserves before their wedding, a week before their wedding.
Wow!
It's oh my gosh. And then their wedding came on, and they had a major blizzard. It was a big Eden Valley, it was kind of the central part of Minnesota, and they had a big old blizzard that day and stuff. But yeah, they were married some 50-some years, and then we just lost them 2 years ago. So,
wow.
So when you said that, it's kind of
Yeah.
Today got a little breath there and stuff, but yeah it's my dad for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
What'd your dad do for a living?
My dad, he worked when they were growing up. He worked at John Morrell. I think a lot of people across the country would probably know John Morrell. And he worked at Crown Meats and Baps Meats, and he was in I believe it was the warehouse and stuff. And then he slowly moved up through the ranks and stuff and got into sales at John Morrell. So he worked in meat sales most of his life, and that's then how he got out to J&B. He knew several people from John Morrell, and then they organized and then started out J&B.
Your dad and Pete's dad started out together there in J&B.
They were good friends and they golfed all the time together and stuff. So yeah, he helped Bob at the time start that company, and
now
he
what
was
that company.
I don't know, they went from like, I think that's the cat down here. The cat wants some attention. No, yeah, she's playing with the cord. Come here. Yeah, those cats are nice stress relievers, right?
Oh, yeah.
But no, so he was in sales for as long as I can remember, and he did real well. He was a salesman. Everyone, like my dad, it seemed like, and guy didn't have a bad bone in his body, so yeah, he's greatly missed. But he's a heck of a salesman. I remember when he got me into J&B there. I had just graduated from college, 2 years and going to community college and sales and marketing, and so I go and start applying at places. And I remember Fleet Farm. I applied at Fleet Farm. Well, my first job was, I guess, McDonald's. Everyone's worked at McDonald's, right? So I was still working. I worked my way through at McDonald's through college and stuff, and then my paper out. Hell, I forgot where I was going with this. So I got out of college, and I interviewed at Fleet Farm for like a sales position.
Yep.
And I got denied. I go, Fleet Farm? I go, really? 2 years of sales, marketing degree, and I can't remember, I can't remember the reason that I didn't get hired, but probably the best thing that ever happened to me ever was not to get hired there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had just started out J&B at the time, a couple of years old and stuff, and they were growing and expanding, and so they hired me on as a salesperson out there. Green as could be. Didn't know anything about, still don't, but anything about meat and steak. I mean, the works for selling the grocery stores, meat markets, and all that. So, but yeah, they gave me an opportunity, and after 2-3 months, they turned me loose, and my dad brought me out and did some training, and I was just wowed by him when we went out into the field, into these meat markets, and everyone that knew him and stuff, and how he could memorize all the pricing and stuff of out there. It was amazing and stuff. So, he taught me a lot, actually. He taught me a lot. So, it was cool to learn from him, and they gave me opportunity to go out down south in Mankato and stuff, and I ended up being, I think, a salesman of the year the first year and employee of the year the second year, and
wow.
And we watched the company grow. Me and a lot of other fine employees and stuff that watched that company grow to, God, it's got to be over 700-800 people today now, and back then it was like, I think it was number 14 or 15 for the employee. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I did that for 30 some years, and then I was doing the best outdoor services for the last 15. So working that full-time job, and then helping try to run this side.
Yeah.
He was going to kill himself.
Yeah. And when we actually opened up this side, we were running out of my Roseville, my brother-in-law, and we had, like I said, nothing on this side. So we started to get a few counts on this side, and then that's when we started to park the trucks up here, and now we have over 100 some accounts on this side since 2006, 2007. So
well, it helps.
It's all because of good employees like Justin.
There you go.
Boy, seriously, those are the eyes and ears, the works, and our employees are everything in the service industry. So we try to value them greatly, take care of them. Right, Justin?
We try to.
Yeah, and that half account that you allow him to help with.
Right. I gotta keep him out of trouble.
That's the best looking unit out of all of them.
Yeah.
I got a story, actually, since you brought up your mom and dad's a wedding or whatever.
Oh yeah.
My grandpa, 2 weeks before his wedding day, was out in the river fishing, and the current came out and swept him out, and he was drowning. And there was a guy driving by that saw him and dove in and saved my grandpa.
2 weeks before he got married?
2 weeks before he was getting married, this happened.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And he almost drowned. My grandpa can't swim. Come to find out that it was the preacher that
saved him?
That saved him.
Wow.
That married my grandma. Grandma and grandpa.
That's quite the story.
And every time they had a big anniversary, that pastor would show up and he'd tell the story. Without me, this marriage would have never happened.
Well, of course.
On two different occasions. Me being there and me saving his life.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be here today.
That's right.
So you owe a lot to that guy.
That's right.
Wow, that's quite the story. So
Right?
the water came up, swept him down, and he happened to see.
Yep.
Oh, and your grandfather could not swim.
No,
Oh
he
my
could not
gosh.
swim.
Huh.
Yeah,
But-
he was
but
fishing. He was just fishing the river.
Sure. And he either took a wrong step or
Took the wrong
got-
step or whatever,
Yep.
and the guy driving by at the right time came in, saved him. Find out it was the preacher that was going to marry him the next week.
Wow.
Wow, that's like
What are the odds? you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like-
Right.
I think you could say water the odds.
yeah, right. Dad
Sorry.
joke.
That was bad.
Wow. That's quite the story.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
That's
insane.
pretty crazy, huh?
That is totally crazy. Wow. Miracle.
All right, what's your next one?
I got one. So what skill do you possess that not a lot of people know about?
This is a good one.
What skill do I possess?
You're a dancer, aren't you?
No, I cannot. Well, I can't dance. I can try. I definitely cannot sing, as I was in choir in high school and it's elementary school, and they asked me to sing quietly and put me in the back row. So
Same.
I know I cannot sing, but I think numbers. I've always
Good with
loved numbers. I'm really good. Try to be good with numbers, and like my wife would always question me on something or whatever. She's learned not to question me.
If
I
numbers
just
are
love
wrong.
numbers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just love numbers and stuff. So I think I'm pretty
That's a
good
good
skilled in
talent,
that. Huh?
That's
a good talent to have, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I always enjoyed math, A's and stuff. But once I got to geometry and all this, after that, you got all into the.
Yeah, but you said math, but you said A's. That's not a
Wow.
number.
No. What you guys aren't used to maybe was A's in school.
No, is that a good thing?
I was on the other spectrum of the.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
No, I got some A's. I got mostly B's. I was like a B average.
Math was the only
That's good.
class I was good at.
Nah.
Yeah.
I took
enjoyed it.
math all the way up in college. I took math all the way to calculus.
I got into calculus for 2 days.
2 days.
I took 2 days worth of calculus, and I
You said,
decided
"No, I'm
that
done."
I'm going to go a different route.
So you guys aren't as stupid as you.
Nah, we hide it
Yeah.
well.
Okay, you hide it. You really do, Justin.
Yeah.
You had me fooled.
I think I blew my cover.
Oh man.
All right, what's your dream car?
My dream car?
If you could have any car,
Oh my gosh. Boys and their toys, huh? And their trucks.
see, I'm a car guy. He's not much of a car
No.
guy.
I wish I had my 78 Camaro back. Ooh. Yeah. I dusted that puppy. That was my, I had 350 in it, 4-speed. Had my mags on the back, back in the 80s. I had that car, and I took care of that puppy. I dusted it. I remember buying that with my dad, going out there to buy my first car. I saved up for my paper route.
That was your first car?
That was my first car. Yeah.
Wow.
That was my first car. I saved up cash for it.
Your car is way better than my first car.
Oh, yeah. It was that. Well, if I wouldn't have had the car, so to say, I wouldn't have had my wife, because that's the only reason she went out with it.
Because your car?
Yeah, because my car, we worked at McDonald's, and she said I had a nice car. So there you go, Mary.
What
That's
color?
Black.
Black.
Oh, yeah. It was sharp.
I need
The
to.
chrome rims on it, the 50s. I had those air shocks in the back where I could raise and lower. Lower it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
It had the fur in the I'm not a techie car truck guy, but
He really isn't.
no, I'm not. I could. I'm not.
He could have the nicest truck here, and he gives it away, and then he takes a junker that's in the lot here, and he's like, "I'll drive that for the day."
But no, I wish I had that car back. I ended up selling it to one of Mary's friends that I remember seeing it like 2 years later, and it's just like,
Oh,
oh
no.
man,
You killed it.
yeah. Because I said,
High school, I had a chance at a '69 Camaro, and
yeah.
I didn't pull the trigger. I
Oh.
wish I'd have pulled the trigger. It was a pretty purple.
That's what my
Dang.
loves. Yeah, the color.
Man, I need to restart thinking like my dating life because
cars where it's at.
I know. Do you think
It helps. It helps.
I was gonna say, do you think anybody's gonna fall in love with me with my Nissan Rogue?
Well, back then, what was I? I was 17 when I met her, so it's a big deal. I had a decent car back then, I guess.
I was gonna say
she drove her dad's yellow truck, so I definitely didn't go out with her because of her truck.
Oh yeah, so you went out because she was cute.
She was cute. Still is.
Still is.
He is saving himself.
That's true, because I guess I'm not in the market for a 17-year-old, so I guess that's probably a huge difference.
Well, she was 16, I believe, at the time. So, gosh, what that's 40. Yeah, we won't go
I was going to say, that's still outside my market.
I was going to say, 17, you're now 70.
I'm now 18. Yeah, wow, it's 40-some years ago. But, yeah. But, I wish I had that car back. Someday, maybe.
Yeah, someday.
Someday I'll have to sell my trucks because you guys use it all the time.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll just go around in my car and save some gas.
Just be like...
Get some tickets.
I don't think you're going to save gas with that car, but...
Got a few tickets with that car, too.
I can imagine.
Excessive acceleration. What the hell?
Yeah.
Get pulled over for running the stop sign and
I got one
speeding,
of those tickets in high school.
Do you know what you got pulled over for? I'm not quite sure.
How long you been following me?
Exactly. Oh, dang.
That's awesome.
I get in trouble.
I mean, you got to, though. With that kind of car, you gotta take some chances.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think I had it 2-3 years. I ended up selling it for more than what I bought it for because
you took care of it.
Yeah, just like trucks nowadays. This last year or so,
just think if you had kept it all this time, how much it's worth. Yeah,
I watched some of those auctions they have where they have those car auctions and they're going for 100 and
some odd thousand. You're like, I bought that car in high school for freaking $5,000,
$3,400. It's like shit.
Wow.
Well, never know.
No.
Never know.
All right. What is your dream vacation?
Dream vacation. It'd have to be my wife's dream vacation.
Ooh, there you go. That's a good answer right there, just to start.
Right? Hawaii. That's Hawaii. We want to say
you guys have never
been there. Heck, someone's I think he's been there 3-4 times.
Yeah, Justin's been there a few times.
Yeah.
Not this Justin.
Oh.
No, not my son
me.
Justin.
Yeah,
my son
There's
Justin.
a lot of Justins in this company.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to Bahamas and Florida and Mexico and Caribbean but Canada. But I hear so many nice things about Hawaii. So.
Spendy, though, from what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But we're going to have to suck it up one of these years. And I heard take 10 days, not just 5 or 7. That's
what I heard, too. Go visit all the islands.
Yeah. And I know Justin was there, I don't know, it was 2 years back. You talk about your grandpa. When it rains out there in Hawaii, and it comes down the mountains and stuff, and you got those creeks and stuff, they were actually there when they had a rainstorm up high, up in the mountains.
The mudslide?
Mudslide and the water. It comes like, it could be a trickling stream, and then all of a sudden you got 5 feet of water coming right at you, I guess. And they happened to be coming down and stuff and had gone through that. But I guess a short time after, there's a couple that were actually swept away and didn't make it in that day from that rainstorm. So what they say, when there's ever, rain or clouds up over the mountain, you got those little ponds that comes down and hold water where people go swimming. Don't
even go near it.
So yeah.
That's nuts.
Crazy, but Hawaii, I guess.
Yeah.
You got the beaches, and you go up top where it's bamboo and
volcanoes
the volcanoes, and I'd love to take a helicopter ride.
Oh, that'd
be cool. One of those and stuff.
That'd be so cool.
My dad's been a few times. He brought home. He said there's one beach. They call it Glass Beach or whatever, and from when the volcano erupted or whatever, it took all the glass and melted it, and it's like they're like rocks. I mean, it's just smooth. It's crazy. He said the beach was just littered
with it.
They call it Glass Beach, and he packed some up and brought some home for me. And that's pretty cool. I was real little when he went.
That is cool. Yeah, I mean, I actually, literally, this has happened to me not too long ago, that I actually dreamt that I went to Hawaii. It was a crazy dream because it was like in the future, and I was like living in this futuristic city, and I didn't move a muscle. I was just in this pod, and I traveled through the cities. I got onto a plane. I don't know why I'm in a pod that like can do anything. I don't know why I had to go onto a plane, but I went onto a plane. All of a sudden, I'm in Hawaii. And I was there for a weekend. So I took a weekend trip to Hawaii in my dream. I don't know how or why.
Or maybe you can travel faster in a dream, I guess.
I guess. I don't know what happened. But
Did you have a good time at least?
I don't know, for as far as I know. Like I said, I literally couldn't move. So I was just like sitting there like this. It's just like watching TV, except I was just moving.
You didn't really get to experience a vacation.
No,
you
I
just
didn't get to
watch a vacation.
I got to watch a vacation for a while.
So neither of you been to Hawaii?
No.
Except for in your dreams.
In my dreams, yep. Yep.
Ever. Wow. Well, you have to do your next podcast, so you have to have me here in another year, and we'll have to do a tie from
talk
Hawaii.
about Hawaii.
There you go.
That would
be talk. We'll be there.
Hey. Boom.
Company paid, right?
You heard Company, of course.
Tom's buying.
Of course. I'm easy going. You bet.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, no, I haven't been to Hawaii, but I like actually what you were saying. I went to like the Caribbean. I went around in that area. I went to Jamaica, the Cayman Islands. I went to Mexico. I did all that stuff, but haven't been to.
Did you
Hawaii
go to the
yet.
French beaches?
No, I didn't. No, I did. I did meet some people though. I took a cruise, and I was on this cruise by myself. I've already talked about this on the podcast, but just a recap. So the one thing that I can take back from that cruise is that I can now cross off my bucket list that I went horseback riding with a Swedish model in Mexico. So I mean that's pretty cool.
Done.
they were on his cruise.
Yeah.
These two Swedish, and they were friends with him.
Yep.
Yeah,
She friended him. No,
I went on the cruise by myself, and so I just met people that week. And these two people just happened to be from Sweden. One of them was a model. The other one could have been a model, but she was the photographer. Wow. And so I just hung out with them for basically the entire week.
Fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
he was going to the buffet, and they stopped him. And they go, "Hey, we're going to the pool. You want to come with?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's where I'm going."
No, it was similar to that. No, it was crazy. Yeah,
Close.
it was crazy. I was sitting on a chair just watching the sunset. This is like the first day, or I think it might have been like the first night or the first day into the second. Anyways, I was watching the sunset. And I'm like, you know what? I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm going to go to the buffet, like you were saying. But as I was walking by, I just see these girls, like, all of a sudden, like, stare back. Like, they followed as I was walking by them. Like, so it was clear that they were, like, looking at me. So I stopped and I looked at them. I'm like, hey, what's going on?
Was it the beard or?
I didn't even I had a small goatee at the time. So it wasn't even the beard. But so I like, well, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we just saw you over there. I'm like, okay. And they're like, what were you thinking about? And, I was just thinking about this, thinking about that, just telling them. Like, I was on the cruise, like, partly. There's two reasons I was on the cruise. My brother had passed away not too long before that, and I had just gone through a pretty bad breakup. So I just wanted to get away. Yeah, just get away for a bit. Yeah. And so I told them a little bit about that, and then they're like, well, sit down. And so we just sat down, and I started talking with them, and after a little while, I'm like, well, I was heading to the buffet. I don't know if you guys are hungry. And they're like, yeah, let's go eat. And so I started doing that. And then later that night, or no, I don't think it was that night. I think the next day, they're like, yeah, we're actually going to do this thing in Jamaica. It was called the Dun River Falls. And we're going to do that. You want to go do that with us? I'm like, yeah, I have zero plans for tomorrow. So yeah, let's do that. And then like it just happened throughout the week. We played mini golf. We did the sky run thing where the with the ropes and you're just hung on the you know what I'm talking about
with the parachute and all that.
No, not the parachute, where you're like walking on the ropes. You're walking on the ropes and you're like going through all these obstacles and all this stuff in like up in the air.
No idea.
I'm not thinking that jungle thing where you go on a zip line and
it's similar. It's similar to that, except you're going through different like things. Like you're walking across like these planks and then you gotta swing around stuff.
And the girls are going with you?
Oh, yeah. The girls were loving it. So it was a lot of fun. Anyways, we did all that stuff, and it was a good time.
Good week.
Very good week. Yeah, if I could relive 1 week.
That's it.
That's the week.
Over and over and over and over again. All right, Tom. What do you think is your biggest accomplishment in life so far?
Besides being on the Stupidest podcast.
Well, that's got to be number 2 at least.
You made it. You're there, Tom. You've already made it.
I think raising a family. I mean,
nice.
I think that's huge. It's all, you've gotten to know me, Justin, over the years, and I've gotten to know you and a lot of our guys here. I'm all about family and stuff. So it's raising a family, and my boys, I'm so proud of them, and they both work for us. I guess we didn't say that.
Oh yeah, that's good to know.
Operations and hardscape, and if it weren't for them two here, we wouldn't be where we're at today. So, and being married now, 33 years. I think I got it. Well, actually, my anniversary is coming up the 24th.
Oh,
I think it'll be
nice.
33 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so raising the boys, and that's the joy of my life, as you know, Justin. And I don't even know if you have a little one or not.
No,
okay.
not yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but
he's keep practicing though.
I'm practicing. I'm trying, Mom. Don't worry.
Yeah. No.
I hope she doesn't hear me say that.
So no, I'm proud to pass that on to my boys and the family and how my parents raised us and stuff. So yeah, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I can't imagine. A lot of long days, long nights, and but all well worth it. Now, how your life changes when you have a little one.
Now Brandon's doing that with Noah.
Yeah, he's raising Noah and stuff.
You should see that kid.
And he's
6 years old, and that kid can run a skidster better than some of the guys that work here.
You should see him on the 4-wheeler last weekend and stuff, and his dirt bike and stuff. I mean, Brandon was always really good at all. Right from the get go. I think he skipped the training wheels, and this little Noah, he's just like that, man. He's just anything mechanical, man. Both his dad and stuff, and Brandon, and boy, they got a dirt bike track in the back, and he was showing me he's taking these jumps and these tabletops, and he's 6 years old, man.
Wow, that's insane.
Brandon's like, why didn't you let me do the racing? Because they used to have 50s and all that. Both him and Justin did dirt bikes and the snowmobiles when they were little, so very fortunate. But yeah, no, he's fun to watch.
That sounds so fun.
Yes, it's awesome.
He's got to be better than me, and I am 31, so.
All dirt bike, that's a lot of work. I know Brandon just got one here this year, and he goes out with Lindsay and stuff, and you talk about a workout. You think, you're just cruising around riding this dirt bike. Oh, my gosh. Go around the track a couple times on a dirt bike, and he'll test every muscle in your body.
You're sore for a while.
It's quite the workout.
I'm sore thinking about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely our family. Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any questions for us? Do you have any questions that you'd like to know about the podcast, about Justin, about Justin?
So I don't, the first day I met you, Justin, and stuff. Yep. And I've known you. God, how long have I known you, Justin? Now,
I think I'm on year 6.
Already, year 6. Wow. Yeah. And that's how we got to know through Pete and stuff. But yeah, how the heck did you two meet? I mean, Justin and stupid and dumb and dumber here.
Stupid and podcast. It's stupid.
Is it you met him the same way you met those Swedish girls, or
it's actually
walking by and you following them, or
his head snapped. He was watching me walk by.
Yeah, it was crazy. I used to be a Swedish model.
Now, we used to work at the bowling alley together.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, that's right. We've known each other now for.
It's been since I think it was 2010. It was
2008. It was before 2010.
It was probably 2009 then, because I started working at the other bowling alley 2008, and it was shortly after that I went to
2009. I'm guessing
probably 2009.
So 12 years.
Yeah.
So you were managing. I know that. What were you doing there?
I eventually started to manage a little bit. Okay. I didn't do a ton. I did it kind of into the transition with the new arcade and all that kind of stuff, and then at that point, I actually got an internship with the Minnesota Twins. And so I was a twin turn for a year. And at that point, I had already worked for the Twins part-time for a little while. And the internship came up and I had to take the opportunity. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was a great opportunity. It got me into a lot of new places. That's how I feel like got into the career that I'm in.
We just stayed connected and still hung out and all that. We connected pretty much from day one when we started working together.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like you were instant comedians or anything, and you just got to...
Yeah, we just got to know each other and, had good stories, and we ended up
Don't you both do some stand up too, right?
Yep. We both do some stand up, and I'm hoping to do some actually on Thursday. I think
I was going to go this Monday, but I missed it. So I
could do it tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to make the time.
Where were you going to go?
Well, I would go up to Duluth for both of them. Wusos does an open mic on Wednesdays, but I have to sign up before. I think the sign up's between 5 and 6.
Nice.
And I get off between 5 and 6, so I wouldn't get up there till like 6. So I wouldn't be guaranteed a spot, which would be tough because that's a long drive just to.
Have you guys ever done it together? Stand up?
We have not. No. Nope, we haven't yet. I would love to. We do have different styles, though.
Totally different styles.
So that's
okay.
If you saw his comedy and then saw my comedy, there's no connection. Period. But I think that's why the podcast works for us, though, is because it's
you're opposites.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. His style, he has a lot of stories, which, I mean, I tell a lot of stories here on the podcast, but that's where I keep my stories. I am not much of a storyteller on stage. I do a lot of dad joke style. Okay. So, like, one of my jokes, I'll just do a quick one, is so my friend's dad, he's a plumber, right? Okay. Not a plumber as in like toilets and sinks and stuff. No, he was a plum farmer. 30 years of his life, he was a plum farmer. And just like that, the government took away his farm. 30 years as a plumber, down the drain.
See, Tom would like your comment.
He just is like, that's just stupid.
Those are my style jokes. So I have a bunch of those kind.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so that's just like just short and sweet to the point. And then the next one, I talk about something completely random. I'll talk about rabbits or something. Like it's just kind of out there. And
I give you guys both credit. That I mean, a lot of people are stage fright and get up in front of anybody, and that's not easy. I mean. Doing the speeches in high school and stuff, yell, oh my God. As much experience as a lot of people have, that would still stage fright and stuff. Yeah. So for you guys to get up there, and I suppose once you start cracking jokes, it just comes naturally to you guys. And once you start flowing, it's getting past that first couple minutes, I suppose. And then you can't shut you guys up.
We don't want to leave the stage. I know that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's midnight, guys.
Yeah, flashing the light at you for the last.
You had 3 minutes, you're on an hour. Okay.
But we started out as MCs. They did what they called Moonlight Bowling.
Yeah.
So, and we were the two
also
MCs.
Also a duel, so you would both do it.
Yeah. Well, the bowling alley that we worked in was huge. There's like 36 lanes. So there
one on each end or something?
And then we'd bounce comedy off of each other while we did it and make fun of people.
Pick it up down there, you dumbass.
So we kind of built chemistry that way. And obviously we were friends like at work, outside of work, during the Moonlight Bowling. And so like we were able to have that chemistry. And so obviously we were like, you know what, like we have the chemistry, like why don't we get the podcast? Like that'd be a good decision for us. Cause I mean, it's not stand up. It's completely different. Like I'm not doing my one-liners that are going to go on for an hour or whatever, but I'm telling stories.
I've taken some stories that we've done on the podcast and I turn it into my comedy though.
Wow.
Yeah. So all my stories are now his, I guess. Just kidding.
Making money after that.
There you go. Hey, it's working,
but
right?
When we MC'd, we actually had the one compliment that I'll always remember that still gets to me is a guy comes up to us and goes, we just spent a week in Vegas and I had more fun tonight than I did the entire week in Vegas. Wow. You guys were awesome. You said it was so funny.
That's
the best kind of compliment you can get right there.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one. I did hear like after the fact, but after I heard that, I was just like, damn,
we might have something here.
Yeah.
How many years did you guys do that?
We only did it for a few, probably like 3, maybe. Because we did it like on and off, and then we did it together.
I think we ran it for about 3 years, where we took it and we made it a whole show.
Yep.
Like they've been doing it for a while, but we turned it into like a show. We dressed up, we wore costumes, we did all kinds of things.
We would suit up.
Yep, we would suit up, wear my duck tie.
Yep.
And then so a whole lot of entertainment besides the Moonlight Bowling fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had a toga night. Like we had all sorts of fun.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Toga night. We dressed up as dead Santas one year.
Oh yeah. Night. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you dress up as a dead Santa?
We took the Santa suit. I think you got a picture, right?
I got a picture.
I think it's on the website.
Yeah. Let's
Don't
keep
tell me
talking.
this wasn't on the 24th, I hope, or whatever.
I think I don't know when we did it. I think we did it for like Halloween.
Yeah, it was for one of the Halloween specials that we had going on. But
And
we were both dead. Oh shoot!
I've never heard of that. A dead Santa, right?
Yeah, man, I don't think I have it.
Yeah, we had 93X out with the 93X girls, and
I got a picture of me as
Halloween
Santa. This was a different year, but
oh my!
Yeah,
and that's at the bowling alley, huh?
Oh, this one wasn't. Yeah, but this was very similar.
Pretty much the costume that you wore.
Yeah,
you look kind of similar now. Yeah, okay, I can see that how that works for you.
And it's crazy because that's a completely different beard than this one. I actually had to lose this beard. I lost it on a beard bet during the Rams Super Bowl when they played the Patriots, and so after that, I had to regrow this. So this has actually been growing since that February.
So
yeah. Yeah, so we did that we ran it for 3 years, and then the new owners came in and kind of took it away from us, and then we kind of got in a dispute.
We also were doing our own thing too. Like we had other stuff going on, and I mean,
it was getting to be too much work for not enough pay.
Plus, I was living in Plymouth, and so I asked for a little bit more money, and they're like, "Well, why should we give you more money?" I'm like,
"Because we bring in a lot."
I was gonna say just because I'm driving so far away and.
People don't realize that some owners and stuff, and
the work that we were putting in.
Right.
Yeah. We'd fill that bowling alley every Saturday night, and then when we quit, I went back 2 years later after we quit.
Nobody.
They were 2-3 lanes.
Well, they would cancel it.
Yeah, they cancel almost everything.
There was one year that they said that they ran it 2 or 3 times.
And that's when the new owners came in.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate that. Even on the sites that we do, we'd be doing so well. We have that service them, for 8, 9, 10 years, and they get new board members or new management company, and they always grass is green on the other side for no reason at all. They just change it just to change it, and guess what?
It's not good.
It wasn't. No,
it wasn't greener.
No, I hate to see that, but wow, that's good. Good for you guys.
Yeah, it was going good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that led us to do something like this because I mean, like we said, I feel like we had really good chemistry, and I feel like we still do have good chemistry.
Absolutely.
And so we're able to talk, and obviously I feel like it's fun to have the chemistry together, but also have somebody come in just to kind of switch it up a little bit.
Yep.
And so we get to know somebody else. We get to know, I don't know a lot about landscaping, and I know a lot of our listeners probably aren't going to know a lot about landscaping. So this next hour, I feel like I'm going to learn a lot.
Absolutely.
Even though it's the stupidest podcast.
Well, we just missed my son. We should have brought him on in.
Right.
No, we know all the big details on landscaping because I leave a lot of that up to the boys.
Do you have any other questions, or is that it?
No, I think that's about it. I should ask all the questions you guys just asked me, though.
Well, I mean, we answered every now and then. I give you my dream vacation.
Right.
It was a literal dream vacation.
It was a dream. Oh, what's yours, Justin?
I would love to go to Ireland.
Someone was saying that was one of the most beautiful places.
Or Italy. I definitely would love to go to Italy. I want to see the Colosseum for sure.
Oh, travel the world.
The Colosseum. I'd have to go with Italy. Italy, the Colosseum and the food. I'd love to go see where all the gladiators fought.
There's a Coliseum in LA that the Rams played in, right?
Yeah.
You could just go visit that. That's probably a cooler one, anyways.
Nobody wants to go see the Rams.
I don't know if you noticed, I'm a Rams fan. This is the old logo.
You guys won. You guys did win, though, didn't you?
Worn out there. Okay.
Yeah, I got the other logo on here.
You guys did win, though, right?
Oh yeah, we're 1-0 right now.
We should be.
Yeah. We.
Who was it? They almost came back, though. I heard it wasn't 43. Ended up to 30.
Oh no, that was the 49ers and the Lions.
The 49ers? Okay.
Yeah, that was the 49ers and Lions. No, the Rams won again. They beat the Bears, and it was Sunday night. They won by a healthy margin. So
didn't play a good team.
Well, the Bears I feel like they have a decent team. Their offense is still learning, but
do you think they're going to switch over to Jay Fields?
They played him every now and then.
Yeah, I know. I think he's going to be the starter here within a week or two.
It's going to be a little longer than that, I feel.
I don't think so. Dalton played terrible.
Well, he didn't he was also playing against one of the toughest defenses in the league.
Yeah, but he still didn't look good.
Yeah. Dude, Ramsey. He's got a new role on the Rams defense.
Yeah.
He is going to be something to watch this year.
Dude, we got the Vikings got the Cardinals next week. Did you hear about that? Their defensive lineman? 5 sacks last week.
Yeah, that was one guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought I heard that right. I know some teams only had 14 the whole year last year.
Yeah,
yep. And he had 5
in one game.
Yep.
And it's got to be a record, isn't it?
And I listened to this one NFL fantasy football podcast, and they're Cardinals fans, and he's like, "We got the Rams next week too, or the Vikings next week too. Their line's terrible. He's probably going to get 5 more. He could be in double digits by week 2."
Yeah,
if that happens, I'm going to be sick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have a game like that, you're going to be watched the next week.
Oh, yeah. You're getting double teamed.
Yeah, that's the new Aaron Donald for that week.
That guy's a beast, though.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald. Did Green Bay win?
No,
they got.
I heard. Yeah, that's right. They didn't even score a touchdown, did they?
Nope. It was
3 points.
38-3. Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah.
Paying some big bucks there.
The Vikings lose. They're still number 1 in the division.
Yep. And the Rams won.
Nobody in the division. Nobody in the division won.
Yep. And it's the opposite.
Pathetic.
It's the opposite in the Rams division. The Rams won, but they're also tied for last because everybody won.
Really?
First place loser, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, you want to start or?
Yeah, sure. We're going to get into the topic hour now.
Okay.
This is when we're going to start talking about landscaping, talk about the business, talk about what you like to do. Like I said, I don't have a lot of expertise in this. Justin obviously has a little bit more than me.
Not much.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm starting next week.
This is not going good for me.
But so we're going to get in the topic hour. I'm just going to start with just a question that I feel is one that I want to know. How has landscaping changed your life? Like, I feel like obviously you went into your work. Well, yeah, you went into your work career with doing newspapers, loving the weather and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like, how did landscaping, like getting into that business, change your life?
I think I've always wanted to own my own business. I think a lot of people do, and through America, and have a house and a dream job and own a business. And yeah, I mean, just owning a business, it's a lot of work. Oh my God, it just doesn't shut down at 4 p.m. And I think I was at a banker just this week, you were telling me this, renewing the loan, and she goes, "God, I always have been horrible here." And it's like, oh, please. She goes, "Yeah." I was like, 8 o'clock and get done till 4 and call me on weekends. It's like, she goes, "Well, what time do you guys usually start?" "Oh, about 6. "Well, how late do you guys usually work?" "Oh, probably usually, I'm always still here doing nothing," like you say when you come back. Like 6 o'clock. I always rip on him because what you do today? I come up here, he's sitting at the office, sitting at his desk. I go, "Didn't do anything today, huh, Tom? Just sat in the AC, huh?" "I just got back from changing at home from cutting down that tree that you seen me doing in between doing all the office work." I always rip on him every day. Even right when I leave, I'll be pulling away. I'll be like, "Hey, Tom, do something today." I seen you last week, though. I was out there. I was in the field. But, just being, you kind of got that independence, and you're the boss, and I'm the boss of, it's our family business now. So both my boys work here. Yep. And my wife now, she's our administrator now for the last, month or so now. So it's worked out real well. I actually met her when we were working at McDonald's when I was 16, and I was her boss. Then we got married, so for the last 30 some years she's been his boss, my boss, and now we switched those roles again, maybe for a little bit. But
that's awesome.
It's the independence and owning your own business, and like guys, you learn from your mistakes and what to do and not to do, unless you try something, go out on that ledge and try something new. You're not going to get better or improve unless you try it. I've gone through the working on your own with the paper route and being employed with from McDonald's to J&B for not many guys can sit here and say you worked for a company for 31 years. So I worked there right out of high school, and then in between with my brother-in-law, we tried, some investing in some properties and stuff, and purchasing sometimes at the wrong time and stuff. And I don't know if you know this, but we owned a car wash.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, me and Steve, we owned a car wash back in 1990s, roughly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Champ Car Wash and stuff. And, God, what did we pay? I don't remember what it was for, but it's just a single, lane right there in Champlin. Right when you come around Champlin on 69 there, and now it's gone. I mean, there's nothing there. It's I think the city bought that corner out and stuff. But I remember getting the boys in on it, selling our little coupon books and doing 100. I think our record was maybe 300 some cars a day and stuff.
Wow,
that's a lot of cars.
You talk about a lot of work though, running the job, running the car wash, and it's having the right employees and stuff there too. Back then you didn't have cameras, and we couldn't. We were just barely getting by and working weekends and evenings and trying to run and keep the thing operational and having breakdowns and stuff. But so we tried that for a while, and we were fortunate enough to get out of it with even and stuff, and sell to another guy that ran it for a couple of years. But that's a tough competitive business too. And so not that the lawn care company isn't. It's all about service and stuff is what we do.
Do you still have the rental properties?
No, we were fortunate to get out of. We had, I think, 4 houses at one time and stuff, and they were all purchased with people leased to own, with intent. So we bought the houses that they basically just went, and then we fell in the back, or the economy fell, and so not a one of them that we had originally signed up was able to purchase the houses. We ended up renting them out for many years, selling them back in like 2012, 13 or so. God, if we only waited 8 more years.
Right. Yeah, right? That's crazy how just...
I remember either my second or third year was when you were having troubles with the fire department over those rental places, or the fire marshal or something. You had something with the...
They had troubles,
yeah. And I was like, oh, God, that sounds just like a headache and a half.
Yeah, so, we kept one. My brother-in-law, Steve, and I, we still own one right there in the Lionel Lakes. It's a duplex. So we kept that one, but we sold all the rest of the houses eventually and stuff. So, but it all works out for a reason.
Right.
We bought land, and that didn't work out so good because of our neighbors and stuff. And
I had a nice run-in with them.
Yeah, Well, I won't even get into that. That was just, you can't pick your neighbors. So
when we sold that property, or when you sold that property, and you sent me over there to get the last stuff, and they stopped me. That was the scariest.
Right. They were shooting over our heads and stuff.
Yeah,
just as we had like 40 acres out there, not too far from where we were working out on my son's house. So we were trying to grow the company and find a position for us to grow. We bought this 40 acres about 5 miles away with intent to build the houses and build a shop on it. And so it was good prime, hunting land.
It was a great piece of property.
But our neighbors were not so nice.
Not so nice.
My son went to meet them, and the first thing was like, what the F are you doing here and stuff? That's how I met him. And he was just being social, just wanted to go meet the neighbors and stuff. And they were just...
Not having it.
Nothing that we did. They were just mad because we purchased a property and they wanted to buy like 10 acres or something, which they had the opportunity to do, but did not. So
well, that shouldn't be on you guys. That should be on them.
The guys would be out there hunting and let the guys go hunting, and then they'd be playing this loud music on like deer opener and shooting koi targets, right next door, and then so we had the 40 acres, and then they ended up buying the other side of us, so they owned both sides of this 40 acres basically. And no shit, how many deer stands did they build?
Down
right on the border.
Oh wow!
These huge. They had to spend thousands of dollars on each one. Had all these deer stands, and they put dummies in there. It was just like, there's no way I want to build a homes and have my boys, raise their families and stuff on there. So
ridiculous.
I went to go pick up like the last thing that we had on the property or whatever.
So we sold the property, and it went through a shell company. So because I did not want to sell to these guys, went through a shell company like up north in Fargo or whatever, and we looked up, I couldn't find out any information, and said, here it was like what they had set up, to go around because they probably knew I would not sell it. The suckers got it, but at least I got the money I wanted out of the property.
Yeah.
You know, they bought it with it once it went listed. I think they got it within 10, 15 days, but at least I got the last laugh and got what I wanted out of it.
Yeah.
So I priced it high just because.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, and then so we had some of our equipment we were dumping out there, you know, our grass clippings and tree trimmings.
I went to go pick up like the last couple of things that we had out there, and like they swarmed me, like six pickup trucks. I thought I was getting my ass beat. I really.
So this
did.
was after it closed, right? We had to go
we were just cleaning up the land so that
stuff
it was
that
done.
we had out there. Yeah,
and they got mad. This is not your property. Da, 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 da. You need to get the fuck out of here. Da, da, da.
Wow.
Circled my truck, and I was like, I don't remember who was with me. I'm like, dude, I think we're gonna get our ass beat here.
Wow.
Yeah, not very. Life's too short.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be. You know, I can befriend anybody.
Yeah.
We're pretty easy going, and you know, I give everyone first, second, third chances.
Yeah.
But these guys were just
I think I'm on 12.
Yeah.
My 12th chance.
At least. So, but hey, that happens for a reason. Because if it weren't for that property, we wouldn't be where we're at here today. So once we sold that, I think 8-9 months. Here, this opportunity came back, and we got this nice place in Andover with a 5,000 square foot enclosed facility and stuff, and an office space. Like that's where we're sitting right now. Actually, we're sitting out here on our property and stuff, and then I got a lot more room to grow now.
Yeah,
versus the shed and my son's property. So, but hey, it all happens for a reason. What comes around goes around, I think. So, kept our nose down, and we work hard, even though Justin thinks I just watch television and read the newspaper.
Well, I mean, you can read the newspaper. I mean, that's part of my business. I sell the ads in the newspapers.
Oh, there you go.
All right. What made you get into the landscape business? Like, what brought you into this? From being the mate salesman into getting into here.
So my brother-in-law Steve, in his cul-de-sac, trying to remember his name. He had a small business, outdoor maintenance. It was Best Outdoor Services. He had a partner in that business who was basically a deadbeat, didn't do nothing for him. He had, I think, 3 employees and 2 trucks. And he was Steve's neighbor. And he wanted to change everything. He was going to move to Florida and start up, some other business. So he had this small business, and he owned the duplex behind him. And he brought it to Steve's attention to see if he wanted to purchase it and stuff. And me and Steve had been partners in K&R when we bought the properties and the car wash and stuff. So when this opportunity came up, and Steve was running his own business and doing landscaping and stuff with his business there. So it was an opportunity, and approached us, and we worked out a deal, and we closed on it. And so we kind of bought this as an established, business going, small as it may be, but it was established, and they had, 12, 14 accounts or whatever. But closed on December 1st, the business, right? Didn't know any, that much about, besides mowing your own front yard and plowing and all that good stuff. 3 days later, we have a massive snowstorm. Oh my God!
Oh man!
Talk away about breaking the ice and getting your feet wet into the new
throwing you right into the deep end.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Did we learn quick on how to do snow removal and pay attention to detail, and so a lot of growing pains. But we started out with a snowstorm, and and we also totaled the truck that first snowstorm. The 2 trucks that we bought, we totaled one. The one employee got into, had a collision. Everyone was okay.
Okay, good.
But totaled one of our trucks, so now we're down, 50% of our vehicles and stuff. So, all right. Well, God, we did what we had to do, though. I mean, when my boys, when we first got in the business and stuff, Woodland Creek over there, we were down plows and stuff. So they had all their buddies and stuff. And in high school at that time, they had shoveled the whole property with shovels.
Oh, driveways and all.
To get it done.
Driveways and all.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Driveways. So you talk about yeah.
Tom, I would not be here.
They got it done, and you know what? Turned out to be a good job and stuff. But yeah, I think we've tried to manage and get a little bit better equipment and efficiencies. We've come a long way since that was in shoveling driveways with shovels. But there you go. You have to ask Brandon about that, and Justin, and I think Henry. That's shovel.
Oh yeah, Henry tells me all the old war stories.
Oh yeah, duct tape and all your punchy cords to hold your mowers, and they do 10 properties to year 1 nowadays.
Wow.
But yeah, it's crazy owning a business. So you got high highs and low lows, and
start out with 12 properties. We're up to 144.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Damn.
That's nuts. That's 12 times the business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just gotta keep your nose down and keep plugging away. And when someone gives you crap or can't do it down, you can't get it done or whatever, well, complaining about it isn't going to help get it done.
Yep.
Just, if it's the shovel on a wheelbarrow or shovel on the driveway by hand, we did what it took to make sure it gets done and take care of our customers. And that's the reason we continue to grow, I think, and have good clients and good employees and stuff. So
and maintain employees
and maintain them,
and all the business. Like, that's huge too. Just keeping all that.
Yeah, I'd rather keep good employees and stuff than trying to train a new one. You know how long that takes and stuff. So treat them right and respect. And I think you guys know I do that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll be out there if we're out plugging away on a snowstorm and stuff, and there's a property to be done, and we're running behind or whatever, I'm not going home until all my guys are done. So, and that's, I think, most of all of us, that we all pitch in and help out each other, whether it's mowing or shoveling or snow. Not that we want to do it after watching the sun come up, go down, and come up again. We're still out there plugging away, and we're all plugging away till we almost all get done. So, it's pretty cool.
It's one thing I like about this business is we have an owner that actually helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's what happened back when we bought the company. He had a partner that
didn't want to do anything.
Didn't do nothing. Didn't pick up a pencil, didn't pick up a try or anything. And that's hard. So it's your partners, it's your employees, it's your family, and just it all matters. Dang. It all matters. So, yeah.
Sweet. Mine's kind of an off-topic question. So I know, like, in landscaping, you do a lot of digging, and you might be doing a lot of stuff. What's the coolest or weirdest thing, or maybe even stupidest thing that you've found? Like, is there anything cool that you found, like, in the ground, like digging something up, and all of a sudden you're just like,
that's a gas line or cable line?
Oh, I guess, that would be bad. But, like, have you ever found, like, Super Bowl tickets, or obviously, like, not something like that, but just anything interesting?
Henry seems to have a knack for finding cash underneath the pine trees and fall cleanups and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, found a little bit of money.
Yeah,
remember at Creek Villas, I found when me and you cleaned out that brush on that one roundabout.
Yeah,
I found that knife. Remember?
I don't know.
Yeah, I found a big old freaking...
Like a machete knife, was it?
No, it was like a Crocodile Dundee.
Well, yeah, right. Big knife.
Wow. That's not a knife.
Yeah. I found that in the bush. I tried not to touch it. I'm like, this might be a murder weapon.
Well, I know the guys have found some crazy things. I just can't remember them all and stuff.
Yeah.
But got some crazy customers out there and stuff.
We've found some... We've found some stuff.
Some
I think Trevor found a whole stripper outfit one time.
A stripper outfit?
Yeah.
Did you try it on?
No, it wasn't my size.
Oh, I'm disappointed now.
How about that one, wasn't it? I think, where was that property where the gal was entertaining all the...
Oh, yeah. She's gone now. That's at Shamrock or whatever. Yeah, she moved.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, finally. She's out of there remodeling her place or whatever. There's people working on it all the time now when we're there.
Oh, God.
So
Crazy.
she was a model, and now they're replacing her with another model?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, model. Mm-hmm.
Remodel?
She would invite guys into her place all the time, or she'd literally hop on the mower with you while you're mowing. I'm like, get off. I'm trying to work here.
Yeah, this isn't playtime.
Yeah.
Give me 20 minutes.
Not quite done yet.
Yeah.
You just keep mowing circles around there, Justin.
Some of the guys are all for it. And I'm like, no, I'm out of here, man.
Well, I hope you guys punch out for lunch then. Oh, yeah. Nothing too crazy, I guess.
Okay.
But,
yeah, we've had a lot of complainers, though.
No, there's always those. I've learned you can't keep, as hard as you try, you cannot keep everyone happy all the time. I mean, there's when I started out, in every association. Every complaint stuff, I go personal, and I still do a lot of them and take care of that customer. But, and we've been very fortunate. We lose very few accounts, but it comes down to our service, communication. We're not perfect. Our guys aren't, just like everyone else. But I said, own up to it. Suck it up, fix it, don't do it again. Mm-hmm. And that's what I tell as we pick up new customers. Like, we gotta learn your property. My guys aren't perfect. We try to keep all the machinery, training and all that. But you still make mistakes and wheels slide and get, turn marks in the lawns, and someone left a twig behind that. Oh my God. I mean, they'll call about the craziest things. I've seen it all. Nothing surprises me nowadays.
Wow.
But you just gotta, communicate and get back to them and, stay up on that.
Man, at that point, I'd go throw some more on.
Oh. I had a call when they had complained about the guys mowed over garbage, or they mowed over this, or they missed the branch in the yard. It's like, oh, okay, fine. No, I drive the 15 minutes to pick up this branch that the guys left in the front yard and mowed around and didn't pick up or whatever. No shit, it was the size of my pen.
Wow.
Real, it was. Are you kidding me? You took the time to call, and this is it. But
instead of just picking it up and putting it somewhere else.
That's the industry that we're in. They want
perfection.
Perfection. So we gotta do it to their liking, and so be it.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
I go to all the properties that I'm in control of. I always tell the president, I give him my number. I go, hey, call me if you have a problem.
Yeah.
I'd rather them call me than call Tom, because I know Tom's got enough shit to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they still end up calling him.
I always give everybody your number too if they have any complaints with me.
Any issues, he's the complaint department.
Yeah.
Call him.
Yep.
There was somebody that gave out Henry's number.
Oh, you did?
I didn't. But one of the other guys did, and Henry goes, "Who the hell's giving out my damn number?"
Oh yeah.
And on the back,
I'm at home. They're calling me.
On the back of the card, does it say "call for a good time"?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't get too many weekends off in this business and stuff. So, but we try. I think that's why you came full time is. You gotta appreciate those weekends and the time with great, seeing your kids and your family and stuff. I was working. That's huge.
Multiple jobs, 7 days a week before I started here.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing I've heard is getting the weekends off. Because when I used to sell meat, all the grocery stores and meat market guys, and they would take a cut and pay just to work, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Through Friday, and then every other Saturday, just to have those weekends off, because it's huge. Mm-hmm. It's huge to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you want this business to go? How big do you want this to go, or where's this dream taking you?
As long as none of the guys are listening that are out there working, and you guys, but.
We're just taking on another 200 properties, guys.
We just bought out another company again this year.
Yeah.
No, we did take on some business last year where we bought out a smaller company that we helped them out, and it helped us out in the meantime, taking on, 30, 40 accounts or whatever it was.
Something like that. I was on vacation. On vacation. I come back and we're like, I see a bunch of other trucks parked out front, and I'm like, what's going on? Will you get another renter or something? And they're like, no, we bought out a company. And I go, oh, how big? They go, we got another 40 accounts. I go, sweet. How many of the workers do we get? One.
Way to go, JC.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We had a few additional, but JC was our full-time. But yeah. So So we took on quite a bit, and I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at and just fine-tuning everything. I keep saying that, and it's like, all the new accounts that we're still bidding on, but they're coming out of the woodwork, it seems like. I mean, our name is getting out there for good quality and service and stuff, and it's hard to say no for me because you just don't know who you're going to lose, or that next president is going to say, hey, no, we're going to move on. We're going to try someone else. But we've been very fortunate, I think, to continue to grow, and I think we've grown into this property now over the last 2 years, and I'm pretty comfortable with where we're at, and I think fine-tuning with what we have. I think we got, 5 mowing crews just on this side now that are full-time, 40-plus hours a week mowing all these properties, and then our 2 landscape crews, irrigation techs, and miscellaneous crews, and shrub crews, and it's a lot to keep coordinated. And if I didn't have, a year ago or so, and Justin wanted us to bring on more help and administrative help, it was like, I'm kind of a hands-on guy and micromanage way too much. I get that. But, I mean, having this help now is to help and take some of the stress off of me and putting it onto the boys and the crews and Henry and all you guys that run the crews and stuff daily. Yeah. So I think we need to take a step back, make sure we can encompass all these new properties that we took over less than a year ago, and make sure we're servicing, because we're not going to keep them all, but we're sure as hell trying. I think we make sure we take care of them. We built some really good relationships and stuff, and we're booked in landscaping into 2022 already. We've been turning down business for 6 weeks, and we're turning down business, from Plymouth even now, trying to get more centralized and focused on, efficiencies. I mean, I know my guys, they'd rather stay in the area and drive 3 minutes to each property than driving to Plymouth and taking a half hour. Yeah. Especially during the winter. If it takes a half hour during the summer, it's going to take an hour just to get there. And
in a snowstorm.
Snowstorm in their time. So I think where we're at, we got to just kind of rein back, make sure we're taking care of the customers like we always have, and then see where that brings us here in the next year or two. But get this all tuned in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My question is, again, a little off topic, but do you think landscaping is subjective, or do you think that there's good landscaping versus bad landscaping, or how do you view that?
I think it all comes down to a lot of personal preference in landscaping. Okay. What you feel that you might like your neighbor is it, Yeah. We can do designs, and we have our Brandon that does all the designing and stuff. He does a great job, but you've got to ask a lot of questions and stuff for what these people are expecting in their landscape and design, and what they think is curb appeal, and that's what we always strive for.
There's so many choices nowadays compared to 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from different wall blocks to patios now, and paver patios and different cements, and just it's what's the customer looking for, and what you may like, all these shrubs and stuff, and then that customer may, I have my personal preferences, and I just put those into some of my designs and stuff as I'm talking to customers, and usually they want to absorb everything you're telling them about, but you put a design together and stuff and visualize it for them. I think that's huge, is bringing that from where they're at to the finished product is so rewarding, I think, in our hardscapes. And we got a really good crew and guys that run our landscape crews that just, and as you even get into a job or a patio, they're adding on, or they're changing, or they're adding a fire pit or seating walls, and now we want to do a boulder wall over there, and we really like what you're doing with here, and now we want to add a grill and a pergola. And so we've gotten into all that stuff, I mean, we've had customers ask us, we do our paver patios, but someone is cemented in between, so all our suppliers were booked. So we took it on, and we did a good job. And like I said, you take that step out on the ledge, and hopefully you succeed and learn from your mistakes and what you do and don't do good, and just try to improve yourself. Mm-hmm. But yeah, landscaping, that's personal preference. Really, it really is. Yep. What you might like and you might like is not nothing totally what the hell you guys looking at this. You know?
Yeah, and I could be like, this is a masterpiece. And you're just sitting there like,
we just threw that together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's fun seeing a landscape project start from before and after. And I wish we could do more. We're so busy, but to have on our website and stuff, you know. So, and then that's a happy customer. And you know what? That's our best advertising right there, is that happy customer.
Word of mouth is huge.
But yeah, I mean, we do a lot of advertising on like the radio and stuff because we mow from and stuff. But it's that advertising from those existing customers. And as we haven't done landscaping all the time. We used to just mow lawns and stuff. And then we,
started doing hardscape, and it blew up.
Hardscaping and irrigation and stuff. And I think it's helped our company a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's been the most helpful piece of equipment you think you've bought, and what is the next piece of equipment you'd like to add?
And why was the first question Justin and the other question me?
All right. So let's see. The best piece of equipment, I would say. So this is Steve's side. I think we'd still be doing wheelbarrows and shovels. So I mean, it works great and stuff. But I think when we first bought our first dump trailer, believe it or not, we didn't have a dump trailer.
Yeah,
and we weren't getting into the first one. Yeah, we weren't getting into landscaping and stuff. And it's like, you really need that, or what? I go, well, yeah, it's going to make us more efficient, and then it's about the equipment. I mean, taking some of the stress off of your labor, trying to retain all your guys and employees, and giving them the right equipment, the right tools to do the job and to do the proper job. So we were excited. I mean, as crazy as it is, to get that first dump trailer and stuff.
I guess I never gave that a thought.
Yeah. So, and now I don't know how many, we've got like 3-4 of them. And
we still wish we had more.
Yeah, there's days that we wish we had more when we're doing those.
Fighting over them.
And then
I get one. No, you get one. I get one.
I think, and then 2 years ago, we got our first, I don't know how many people know, you got the skid steers and stuff. And a smaller version of that is the dingles. And so when we got those, it's like, wow, it's like a powered,
stand behind skid steer.
Yeah.
To do all those landscape jobs and the digging where you, instead of using a shovel and stuff, you get in there. Yeah, and in 2 years, we have 3 of them now. And they get used damn near every day on every landscape job. Oh, and plus we got that Bobcat, yeah. So, I mean, and it gets used. And now it gets versatile, so we try to look at, can we use this year round and make it, not, you got the payment year round, obviously, so make good sense of it and pick the right equipment. You can't have everything, even though we would like it.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, I says, Rome wasn't built overnight, right, guys? It takes your time, and you got to be careful. You don't want to overextend yourself and stuff, so we try to be careful, and I try to balance that balancing act, and there's days it's not easy, but I think we've come a long ways. We got some pretty neat equipment. We got our front end loaders now, and those Metal Plus plows, and just all the equipment.
I'm excited to use the back plow.
Oh yeah, we got those back draggers now too, those Boss ones. They've come a long ways, I guess. So we'll see how those work. So you can be pushing snow on that truck pretty efficiently both ways. So knock on wood, be careful.
What is the next piece of equipment you're looking at?
Don't put me. Well, we're in.
I'm just going to try to get you in trouble here. That's why I asked this question.
Awesome.
Well, we got 3 more front end loaders coming, Steve. So just get out the checkbook. There's always something to turn over, God, we're lucky we got equipment we did this spring when we got all those new mowers and stuff, and then up stuff on back order, and got those trucks last year, and I'm sure we could sell all of them for more than what we got them for last year. So
you guys just keep your equipment
we did not forever. I try to turn them over. I try to get, instead of running them all on the ground, and there's a horse a piece that you're just running until you can't run it anymore. But then how many times were we running to Hugo with broken down equipment that's 5-6 years old, and now we try to turn it every 3 years, and There's not too often. I mean, it sucks having 3 guys and 1 mower. It doesn't work so well. You can't get those 3 guys on that mower and get the job done if you're down 2 mowers. So it's trying to keep that up and maintained. And
my mowers are running good so far.
Nice.
So
yeah, you guys have gotten really good about taking care of them, and I think we could still do a little bit better on maintaining some of the stuff. But I mean, it's we got a lot going on. We just try and get the mowing done every week on these rain days. And
I was gonna say when you're so busy and you got to deal with the weather, like it's probably tough to maintain all that stuff.
Well, we've been fortunate. Our model is we plan for the worst case scenario. So whether it's plowing during the winter and snow removal, plan for the worst case scenario. So breakdowns happen. You want to be sure you can get your guys covered and your customers covered. So plan for the worst, and it's worked out real well for us. And the same with during the summer, we plan 4 days of solid mowing, and when you get that rain day or catch up day, we've got it so the guys don't have to work on the weekends. I don't think we've ever had to work on a weekend.
Not since I've been here.
No, I mean there's been a
few call-ins.
Few that want to or want some extra hours, but
I was gonna say I haven't worked a single weekend since you guys started.
Well, count your blessings.
Well, I mean, I've worked weekends, just not here.
Other than snowstorms.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. If there's a snowstorm predicted, the guys get the day off and stuff. But because you just don't know. I mean, like I wish I was a weatherman. Can be right 25% of the time, but I don't take anything too serious when they're forecasting those snowstorms until that day of almost.
Yeah,
because it can nip you in the butt. Man, for sure.
I'm just glad I don't work at the bar anymore.
Yeah.
1 year
hours. Oh, you were still working there for a while, then, weren't you?
You were doing both.
I remember one storm. It was one of the bigger storms, and I think I stayed awake for 78 hours.
Wow.
How can you even do that?
I mean, the guy ordered a Captain Coke, and I think I made 8 different drinks and never got the Captain Coke right. He's like, I'll just drink this one. You know?
He just felt bad for you.
They actually sent me home halfway through that shift. They go, "You got to get out of here. This isn't healthy."
And he's like, "I'll just drink this Mountain Dew you gave me."
I don't think I've ever worked that long, but like I said, I on one snowstorm when we started plowing and doing open ups, I seen the sun go down. I was still plowing when the sun came up. I was still plowing when the sun went down again. So that makes for a long day, but I always tell you guys, take a cat nap if you need it.
That was the storm that after the sun went down again, I was back at the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then 2 days later, we get another snowstorm. It's like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
How did he catch up from the prior one?
I got stuck in between the storms. So one storm, we'd do one storm.
Get done.
I'd go work the bar. Then it started storming again, so I had to go out again that night. Got done with all that storm. I had to go work the bar. That's how I ended up working 78 straight hours or whatever. I was like,
life is good.
Yeah.
They sent me home halfway through, and I think I called Tom afterwards. I'm like, I'm not coming into work tomorrow, just so you know.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you behind the wheel. No way.
Oh, man.
But, dedication.
Yeah.
So does that mean, if we have a snowstorm up in Cloquet, but you guys don't have a snowstorm here, you guys are coming up to Cloquet to get my driveway quick?
We're sleeping in.
Wasn't it 2 years ago that you guys didn't have city plows? They were on strike?
Oh, yeah, they were on strike, and that's what... I think they sent some up from the cities actually up there to help out because of that strike.
I guess I didn't have to run into any of that. I was...
You weren't up there yet?
Yeah, well, no, I was up there. I just... In the area that I was in, I didn't get affected.
Oh.
So... But... Or maybe they just plowed when I was driving. Like, the people that came up, I just didn't notice
How about that snowstorm they had last year, ice storm in Texas, and they don't have... I think they were strapping plows on. What trucks were they strapping crap on trying to clear the snow and stuff?
Just regular city truck.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Pickup
what
truck.
they were trying to do because they were not set up for that. That little snow shut them down, and in here we would just no big
it was
deal.
like an inch storm.
Yeah, right, exactly. But they're not used to it.
I had a buddy that lived down there, and he's like, I think we have one plow truck, and we bought it back in 1970, and it sits in the back of the shop. I don't think anybody knew how to use it.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's us hardy Minnesotans.
Yeah, right?
We're used to it.
Yep.
The cold. Stupid, why we're here, right?
I'll take the cold over the heat any day.
Yeah.
That actually leads into my next question, though. What is the easiest part, and then what is the hardest part of landscaping? Because I know you do it during, obviously you do like the winter plowing, and then you do the landscaping in the summer. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the easiest and what's the hardest? Like, not necessarily with those two, but like in your opinion.
So during the winter, all that work that we're doing for plowing and everything, you wish it was summer. And then when it's during the summer and you get all those hours and working all those hot hours and stuff, you wish it was winter.
Yeah.
You're just never happy, I guess.
When we had that week stretch of like 107 or 100 degree days or whatever on you, I think everybody in this shop was like, I'm ready for snow, man.
Yeah, I'm ready to plow.
Yeah. And then you'll get towards the end of winter, just like you said, and you'll have 5 or 6. Can we get the Can we start doing spring cleanups yet?
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Get us out of here. Thank God it's cooled down now, but
yeah,
I guess in winter, I guess it's the planning and then the not knowing and the stress of a snowstorm coming in and making sure you have everything set up, all your equipment set to go, all your shovelers going to show up, all your full-time employees, of course, and just coordinating that and just. It's like, okay, I mean, I'll get calls the day before a snowstorm. Okay, like, what time are we going out tomorrow? It's like, it hasn't even started snowing, and they're looking at me to give them direction as far as what to expect. I think I've gotten pretty good at guessing, and that's pretty much what it is.
He's getting better.
Well, it sounds. I was going to say that it sounds actually like right up your alley, though. If you have to predict the weather.
Pretty much, yeah. That's why you gotta be a weatherman to do the business we do.
I would say I would say that first storm is probably the hardest.
The first one, not knowing all your preparation and coordination.
Who your regular guys are going to be, the routes and all that.
Yep, show up and did we put too many on that crew or not enough, and is it going to get done? And I mean, I remember just having to fill in for a couple guys last year that didn't. We had to run up to St. Michael and stuff, and a 200 unit complex guy didn't show up, so we had to suck it up and get it done. But like I said, we planned for the worst case scenario and we did get it done. But yeah, it's the stress of trying to predict when to start and make sure we try when that last snowflake is flying, we're already out there, we're already gearing up our gear, and at least we have our shop now where a lot of it's indoors, or you can warm it up and take off and you're not covered in all snow and stuff. So got better at that. And same in the summer, it's coordinating the crews and the jobs in COVID now, and having 4 guys not being able to show up and trying to rearrange what you had thought for that day and being efficient, making sure you're putting the right people on the right day. And most of our guys, I mean, all of our guys are pretty good. And if my landscape guy has to do shrub trimming or mowing, they will. If my mowing guys got to go help landscaping, they certainly will. So that's a good group that we have, and much appreciated. And I think we have, like I said, I think we have the best group we've ever had over the years, and we've got good solid core guys that, I mean, that helps take a lot of the pressure off. And, hopefully they enjoy, like they do. Most guys love to be outdoors and doing stuff. I sat on my ass in sales for 30 some years, so I know what it's like to be able to get out there. And not that I'm totally fit or anything, but I think it keeps you active and stuff, being part of the company and helping.
Yeah. Well, you look good.
Sure. Yeah. We'll be 92 years old next week.
Wow.
So
for 92. Okay. If you're 92, then you don't look so good. I was kidding.
I just turned 57. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but
I had you pegged at 72.
I always give my younger sister, she's like 2 years younger. We went to one of those, we were at a fair or whatever, and they guessed your age, right? And they guessed her like 3 years older than me. So I get to call her my older sister now, even though she's my younger sister. And she just hates that. Yeah. And I always bring it up, of course.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When I work with Dad all the time, are you 2 brothers? It makes me so mad.
Your dad loves it. Your dad's got to love it, though.
He's walking around with a puffed chest for like 3 days after that every time. I'm like, shut up.
That's
because
awesome.
I'm balding.
Yeah.
Nobody can ever usually get my... Well, nowadays, they're starting to get closer to my age.
Well, if you shave the beard...
If I shave the beard, I look like I'm 60.
How old are you guys?
I'm 31.
Okay.
Would you guess that?
No.
What would you have guessed?
I don't even know how old you are exactly, Justin.
Guess.
So I think you're like 34.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys were... I'd guess you're a little bit older is what I would guess.
Okay.
It's probably the beard.
It's the beard,
It's probably the beard that
Yep. But if I had...
adds a little bit.
Yeah, here, I'll show you.
He's actually younger.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 31.
He's 31, I'm 34.
Right. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You're not listening.
Oh, no. I never do.
No, I would have guessed. Yeah, I would have guessed, about you guys about the same age. And
I'm going to show you a picture here real quick.
Show him what... Yeah.
This is without the beard?
Yeah, without the beard.
He looks like he's 12.
And I have long hair. I swear I'm 22 in this picture.
That's you?
That's me. I know.
How long ago?
I was 22, so I was like 9 years ago.
9 years ago,
Yeah,
huh?
that's what I look like.
Wow.
For those of you that can't see.
You got the baby face.
Yep. For those of you that can't see, I have long hair.
I'd be surprised you could even grow a beard looking at your old picture there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's funny.
But
I haven't seen you without a beard or hair. With hair for a long time.
Well,
when did you start growing your beard? How long?
So it was when the Rams lost the Super Bowl in... Was it 2000?
You just can the razor then, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I've had facial hair for probably since like 25 or so.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. And then so I just started growing it, and then I would do like full beard. Sometimes I would do a goatee. Sometimes I would switch it up every now and then. But now I like just a big beard.
Yeah. I this is about as far as it gets.
I always grow mine out every winter.
Do you? Just for get ready for hunting, right?
Yep.
We have to do a competition here soon, hopefully.
Yeah, right.
We had a competition on the podcast. We're gonna play some disc golf, and the losers got to grow out their hair and facial hair
for 1 year.
For 1 year. So we're gonna do that competition, see who wins, and then you can always back out.
So is your hair here too? You're going to ponytail and everything?
I'm going to be looking like Joey up in here.
All right.
Yep.
Good luck on your disc golf game.
Yep. So he's got to beat me in disc golf if he doesn't want to grow his hair. Or
be the before the 1 year picture and then the 1 year picture.
Yep. Or you can buy out.
You can buy out for $200.
Yeah.
I see that happening. So, loophole.
All right, what has been your favorite job that you've done so far in owning the company since you've owned the company? Like, what's been your one job that you've gotten done, like a landscape job or a property, and go, that's pretty awesome?
Yeah. I mean, I don't do all the jobs. I always have
it's your property. I mean, it's your company, so.
Okay, it's my house we just finished with the wife. Seriously. I've been in landscaping, 15 years. And my wife, for the last 5-6 years, has been asking for us to get our landscaping done. You probably haven't seen it since we did it this year.
I did the tear out.
Nice.
Did you? Yeah, you did help to tear out. So we did a total. I mean, we redid the whole house, the windows, the siding, the shingles done.
Oh wow!
Everything. I mean, we ripped out all the landscaping. We put in that cement curb edging. I built a retaining wall because my guys are too busy. And I didn't want to have them come and do it. I mean, you guys did help. You guys got all the large 4 to 8 inch river rock, and we just, you cannot move that river rock underneath the deck. So me and the wife.
Yeah, that was a pain to even get out.
We did that on just Sunday, me and her. Oof. We moved all that rock that you guys dumped there by hand. And that's the only way you could do it to get under the decks and stuff, with some wheelbarrow. But we got that all done. Mary actually... We went to the landscape supply for the shrubs and stuff, and so you get caught in your regular shrubs. But God, she did a good job of designing it. You're really good helping design with all the annual flowers and stuff. And I think she's going to be helpful. And then we'll have Lily helping next year, I think, too. But she kind of put together the design. We kind of proud of that job we did ourselves and stuff. So it's kind of, it's the satisfaction of the landscape job from before, helping out and doing after. I mean, we've had so many neat jobs that we've done with fire pits and fire rocks and now pergolas. I mean, I mean, I think
the
we really
turned out real good at
Farmstead. Yeah, that one has got to be up on the list. That one over at Farmstead, that we did that whole patio and cement and pergola and all landscape. But we've done some neat ones. We did some of our first ones.
Did you do that? That's my parents.
Oh, your parents did that too.
They went and got it done. God, he did a good job.
God, he does a good job. My neighbors, like 3 of my neighbors, got it done after we did it. It's that some curb edging and stuff. Yeah, he does.
He got done. I'm like, thanks. Now I got to redo all the landscaping.
You had to do it all, but no, there's a lot of satisfaction in what we're doing. We've done some pretty damn big jobs here over the last couple of years. I mean, there's been some big jobs at
the pond.
Yeah, that pond. I mean, that was
a headache and a half,
but I mean, we had never done a pond. The guy wanted a pond dug out.
It was like a lake
swimming
more than a pond.
And we almost had that loader and that bucket almost get stuck in that pond, and it was a headache and stress. But that was a huge project, and we were able to get it done. So from start to finish, and then the stream we had in there, yeah, that's got to be right up there too. There's so many. I couldn't count them all, Justin, but
yeah.
I mean, those are some pretty neat ones.
That pond was sweet. The pond they built it had a diving rock.
Yeah.
It was like a rock wall, and then with a flat rock for a diving rock you go off of into the pond. It was pretty sweet.
That is sound pretty cool.
And then we had a stream right next to it. And yeah, it turned out real well. They're happy, and they got us coming back to do some more now again this year. Brandon's like, "Oh my god, we
should have sucked at this job."
All the stuff we had to do in the pond and the underlayment and stuff, and it was all we had never done it before.
Yeah,
but
it turned out great.
We were up front with them. And they understood, and it took us a heck of a lot longer to do it, but we got it done, and we learned a lot. And happy customer.
Sweet.
So a lot of fun.
That's cool.
A lot of fun. Guys enjoy it. They do a good job.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing that anybody has asked for that or the stupidest thing that you feel like you maybe could have done, but maybe had to turn away because you're like, I don't know if we can do something like that.
I don't think we turn away too much.
Okay.
I mean, we don't. I mean, I go, gosh, what's the craziest thing we've ever been asked to do? Or maybe back to that bond job.
Or maybe, yeah. I
mean, who's going to build a flipping lake?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, sure. What do you want? Okay. It's like,
you want a moat? You want a drawbridge?
It was
when did the alligators get here?
I mean, that's the craziest, and we're going to probably be doing some more crazy stuff for them, and some huge retaining walls and stuff there possibly. But yeah, a pond was like out of our safety net area.
Yep.
But we took it on and did it and did a good job. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a secondary question.
Okay.
So I'm into disc golf.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever, or do you think you ever will, do a disc golf course?
You know what? I mean, you guys know more about the disc golf course. I mean, there's one right in St. Cloud, right along there. Mm-hmm. I mean, that it's basically, and there's a resort up by our cabin that they have it just simply through the woods and stuff.
You'd be surprised, Tom. There's
how many there are?
Yeah, there's the fire station right here in Nowden. Right next to there's one, of course.
Because you don't see it because sometimes it goes through the woods and what have you.
If you're going to the Bills on the way there, you'll see it right off of 22. You'll see it right off the road.
You'll probably see some baskets
right off the side of the road there.
You have to be looking for them because otherwise they're very tough to see.
So it's that popular, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dang.
There's probably 10 of them right within 5 miles of here.
Yeah, as
people just put it on their land, or is it state, not state?
Some
land,
people
right?
we actually have a on our property up in Cloquet. We actually do have and we have 27 holes on our property.
Okay,
which we only have I think 11 baskets. But I mean, you can do a lot with 11 as long as you just go back to the baskets.
Yeah, I don't even know how. So you're trying to get me to build one for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. My budget is $0.
Okay. We'll try to work with that. So how many holes are there in disc golf? It's not like 18,
yeah,
right?
it is 18.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Well,
it's normally 18.
It varies because there's normally 18. You could have 9-hole courses. Some of them are kind of random. Like there's one that he knows that's a 6-hole course. There's some that have 21. So it all varies. There's some up in Duluth area
but
that
like
have like 36.
tournament courses are 18.
Yeah. Yep.
So on an average hole, is it like you got 3 shots to get to the basket, or is
Depends
it
on how long
do you have like
the hole.
par fives? Then?
Yep, there's par fives,
Oh.
par fours. A par 5 is anything pretty much over 600 feet.
It depends if it's in the woods or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like here's just a picture of a glimpse of how many courses there are. That's
I would have
yeah,
just
no
around
idea.
here how big the world is and how little it. I guess I know.
yeah, and then up in Cloquet,
I gotta get out more.
Yeah, there's a little less in the Cloquet area, but you can see kind of like up by me.
And a lot of them are open year round.
Oh yeah, yep. And the only issue is
It's cold.
Well, it gets cold, and then finding your disc in the snow.
Oh yeah.
So part of what we do, at least, or what we learned, is actually you put a ribbon on the disc, and then you put like just a little bit of tape on there.
Yeah.
And so as you're throwing it, the ribbon goes with the disc, and then when it hits the snow, the ribbon still pops out. So you know where your disc is.
So you got just a little short ribbon hanging out. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So that's how we did it last winter. That's how I plan on doing it again this winter because I don't want to stop. I actually had to stop because of my body for about 2 weeks, and I am just dying to play. Like I want to get full bore out there right now, but not quite.
I like to get a snowmobile for the winter again. We used to do that all the time from the cabin and the lake and stuff, and we used to go out with the boys, and when they were younger, and the wife would actually go on hers and stuff, but not so much anymore. But I'd love to have one again someday. Yeah. Well, why don't you get all the trees down out there and stuff, and we have to landscape.
Was that your last question?
That was mine. Yep.
All right. My last question of the night is, what piece of advice would you give a young landscape owner just starting out? What's the best piece of advice you could give somebody just starting out?
Just keep your nose down. You know, you're going to get criticism, from everybody. You can do it. You can't do it. What the heck are you thinking? I mean, I think honestly, you keep your nose down, you work hard, and you can overcome everything. I mean, sky's the limit for that. I mean, that goes for, I think, any position or owner and stuff or landscapers. Takes a lot of hard work and dedication and, treat everyone kindly as you'd want to be treated. I think that speaks well for just not, in your business life, but I think your personal life as well. So take care of people and treat them the way you'd want to be treated and work hard. Mm-hmm. Anything can happen.
There you go.
So I heard be lazy. Don't do a whole lot of stuff.
Take as many days off as you want.
Yeah. Take those sick days 5 in a row. And go to Hawaii.
Yep.
Come back and lose your business.
Yeah. There's nothing left, right?
Yep. Oh, so I guess we're going to have more time to go to Hawaii. Oh,
right.
Cost money, doesn't
Next
it?
podcast.
Yeah.
Where we're going to be at. A lot of fun.
All right. Well, we're to that time of the night.
What's the time of the night?
For dedication.
So we dedicate every episode.
Okay.
And so what we dedicate to is we dedicate it to a comedian. So we usually let our guests, when we have guests, dedicate a comedian that they feel would be a good dedication. So if you have one, that'd be great. If not, we can talk together and we can figure a dedication out.
I go to, the comedy shows in Vegas, and I don't have a straight up one. I mean, I'm going to dedicate it to both of you guys.
Nice. That's awesome.
Do you win something?
Yeah. Yep. I win something.
Right?
I win.
I've just watched some of the old time,
Hey, you're telling me Cosby?
Well, yeah. I mean, I used to, those family stories he used to tell back in the day, and, with his kids and stuff, and then, having them fighting and then just kicking them back into the ring and stuff. He, back in the day, he was good. I mean, he had his trouble. But
he's known as one of the best storytellers of all time.
And that's what you guys talk about, the stories and stuff. Yep. And anyone that, tells those stories and stuff, I mean, they're hilarious.
Yeah, yep. And I mean, it was a time, like, obviously, like, that he was able to do all of this stuff. Obviously, there's stuff that has gone on recently that people already know about.
Right.
But the comedy itself, like, you can't take away like how good of a stand-up comedian he was. He was really good at
comedy.
Well,
like, what are the guys? TV show? I was listening to, I can't remember if it was Joe Rogan or somebody was talking about it. They're like, I heard that he doesn't want to leave jail, and I go, well, I believe it. I go, could you imagine? Like, I guarantee you, there's guys just like, tell us another story, Bill.
Yeah.
Like, you got one of the best storytellers of all time, sitting in jail, sitting in prison, probably telling these guys stories that are.
And it's good to laugh. I mean, you got you guys comedy, and I mean, we watch like Everyone Loves Raymond at night. Yeah. I'd rather watch that than the flipping news. Yeah. Everyone tells me, well, when's the last time you watched news? I try to not watch it.
I'm the same way.
Anything good.
I'd rather watch a comedian and go to sleep, and after have a good laugh and stuff. And me and the wife will be laughing out loud at some of the, stupid as shit, and that's what you guys need is bring a little laughter, right? To everyone.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I think that's good for all of them. So
because Bill Cosby, he was in Everybody Loves Raymond, right?
No, he was in the.
I was just joking.
He was in. How many? I don't even know, but the Cosby Show was actually on for quite a few years.
It was on for a long time, and I mean they like did repeat episodes like before. Obviously, he went through all this stuff, like on like Nick at Night and all that kind of stuff, like for a long.
I remember growing up watching the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
That was a fun show to watch. I look forward.
My grandparents actually, at my grandparents, they have a record collection, and they have like 4 or 5 old Cosby stand-up records.
I was gonna say,
and I'd listen to them all the time. I'm like, and this was before like I was really into, I'm like 10, 12, and I'd listen to him like. I didn't know Mr. Like, I remember him from the TV show as a kid, I'm like, I didn't know Mr. Cosby was a comedian, and he was a little raunchy.
He had some raunchy stuff. I do remember, I didn't, like, I saw the special, but this was after I actually saw somebody talking about him on a podcast or a TV show or something like that. It was another comedian, and because they were talking about how, like, they're opening their show and they're closing their show, and they usually say in comedy, you're supposed to start with your second best joke, and you're supposed to end with your best joke. So that way you start off good and you end good, because that's when people are going to pay attention the most. They're not going to remember the middle as much. So they were talking about Bill Cosby and one of his specials, and his closer on one of his specials was literally a pull my finger joke. So he's like, you're not ending with your strong stuff.
You're ending with this?
And yet you're still like one of the like most profound people that
of all time
in comedy, crazy.
It's crazy to have like that kind of a like that's like my style. I'll say that joke. Leave that to Roddy.
Well, do you have anything you want to plug? Like website? Anything like that?
BestOutdoorServices.com. We got a lot of landscape pictures and projects that we've done over the years, and we've got all our good-looking employees on there and our family business. And
Fun Center, baby.
Yeah, we appreciate all our business, our employees and stuff. So, if you want, for the Minneapolis area and stuff, BestOutdoorServices.com, and we'll treat you right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, guys. I think it was a great episode.
I think that was a very good episode. I learned a lot about landscaping.
No, that's my first one. It was like, okay, I mean, what are you talking about?
You did great.
Time goes fast, you guys. Absolutely. You're right.
I don't even know what time. Yeah, we got around the right time, too. I wasn't even paying attention to time.
And that's huge. If you enjoy what you're doing and stuff, time goes by fast.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. So, with anything.
Guys, you can find us at www.thestupidestpodcast.com.
Wait. Yep, that's it.
That's it?
Yep.
We're also on Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter, YouTube.
I'm going to start up on TikTok eventually.
Yep, TikTok. We come watch us do some open mics if you see us in the area.
Yeah.
I don't post anything on my personal social media, but you can message me personally if you want.
If you see us out and about, say hi.
Or don't. I don't care.
Or don't.
Just look for Stupid and Stupid.
That's right.
You'll know us by our face.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, guys.